Hello friends, this video on acid and base part 16 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 15. In the last slide, we have seen washing soda as Na2CO3.10 molecule of water. Does that mean the washing soda is wet? No, it is not wet, it is dry. Then where is this 10 molecule of water? That means this is embedded in this. We'll explain how that this water molecule has come. So in this case, we'll take a few crystals of copper sulfate in a dry boiling tube and we'll observe the color of the copper sulfate, right? And now we'll heat it. When you heat this, you will see that water comes out. Correct. The question is, from where does the water comes out? Now you again add water drop to copper sulfate, right? It goes back to the old color. So in this case, if you see, the color of copper sulfate was blue, right? Now when you heat it, it becomes white. So this is on heat. So the copper sulfate solution, the copper sulfate actually is crystal is blue in color, but the moment you heat it, it becomes white, and again you put water in that, it again becomes blue. That means something is happening. When you heat it, the water is gone, right? The water droplet, if you see the water droplet, when you heat you see the water droplet also, the blue color becomes white, and then when you again put the water, it again becomes blue. That means copper sulfate absorbs water. Correct? So if you see, that is the formula of hydrated copper sulfate, CuSO4 at 5H2, and this is blue. So when you heat this becomes CuSO4, the H2O part is gone, and this is white. And that's what happened. Correct. Similar thing in the washing soda, I told Na2CO3.10H2O. So this contains the water, but it's not visible actually. So they look dry, but they're not dry actually. So copper sulfate also, if you touch it, it will be dry only, but it will contain this water. It will contain this water. Correct. So now we'll learn plaster of Paris and gypsum. So gypsum is this guy. It's hard. The formula of gypsum is this, the hard thing. Finally the hard thing, and plaster of Paris is a semi-hydride thing which has less number of water molecules. This guy has 2 water molecule, this guy has half water molecule, CaSO4. So when you heat this guy, if you heat this guy, I'll write here CaSO4.2H2O, you heat this guy, this becomes CaSO4.half H2O plus 3/2 H2O. That's how it is. So this guy is a powder kind of thing. So this guy is plaster of Paris. It's a powder kind of thing. Now on this, doctor puts some water and it becomes hard. And this guy is my gypsum. The hard thing is gypsum, right? So this gypsum is hard, and you heat this guy, you get this powder kind of thing, and that becomes powdery thing, and that is called plaster of Paris, and is used for supporting fractured bones. And it is a white powder. On mixing with water, this becomes a gypsum. That's again hard. So you can convert this form to this form very easily. For example, this you have got. Now in this guy, if you add water, this becomes this guy. Right? This is hard. This is hard. This is powder. So this is powder. On this, if you add water, you get this guy. Correct? And this is used for medical purpose actually. Now the question time, we have to write the reaction between plaster of Paris and water. So plaster of Paris is CaSO4.half H2O, right? This is plaster of Paris. You add water to this, this becomes gypsum dot 2H2O, right? So in this, how many H2O you added? 3/2, and this is my reaction. Correct? This is my plaster of Paris in the gypsum. Correct. Name the substance which on treatment with chlorine yields bleaching powder. So we know that CaOH2 plus if you add chlorine, this you give CaOCl2, right? Plus water, obviously you'll get. So this is my bleaching powder. This reaction we have learned. So this is the substance which the question is asking for. This is nothing but calcium hydroxide. Right? This on treating with chlorine gives you bleaching powder. Name the sodium compound which is used for softening hard water. We know that we use washing soda and Na2CO3.10H2O for softening hard water. What will happen if a solution of sodium hydrocarbonate is heated? The equation sodium hydrocarbonate will be NaSCO3. When you heat this, this becomes Na2CO3 plus water plus carbon dioxide, and this is nothing but sodium carbonate. So when sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated, it gives sodium carbonate and water. And what is the common name of compound COCl2? We know that this is nothing but bleaching powder. We know this, right? COCl2 is bleaching powder. Let's do a recap. Acid base indicators are dyes or mixtures of dyes which are used to indicate the presence of acid and base. Acidic nature of a substance is due to the H plus ions in the solution. Formation of OH minus ion is responsible for the basic nature. When acid reacts with metal, hydrogen gas is evolved with a salt. When a base reacts with metal, evolution of hydrogen gas is there, right, which is a negative ion composed of metal and oxygen, but this doesn't happen for all the metals. When an acid reacts with metal carbonates or metal hydrogen carbonates, it gives salt, carbon dioxide gas and water. When an acidic and basic solution in water conducts electricity because they produce hydrogen and hydroxide ions. So acidic and basic solutions conduct electricity. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.